So I'm curious about this. You say that the elimination of traditional masculine and feminine roles have harmed relationships based on social media. How so?
I'll say this. I can, a lot of guys that I counsel, a lot of women that I counsel, that's one of the primary reasons that men are acting like women, women are acting like men. You can even get on social media and see when a woman posts, maybe a thirst trap, and you see all these guys, coming up on it. That's not a masculine trait. And these are the men that aren't getting chosen, right? Even
Wait, what? I'm sorry, I missed that. What isn't a masculine trait?
For men to be thirsting after women, for men to be chasing women in that manner.
You'd have to be a woman to know that, Soul. It's absolutely a masculine trait.
I disagree.
But I'm a woman. You don't get to disagree because I'm a woman.
to chase women, that's not a masculine trait. The men on
that
social
is
media,
what men do.
No, men attract women.
I love how social media has broken down a lot of these things. I think on social media, we're always trying to pull people apart. We're always trying to label people masculine, feminine. We're always trying to label high value man, high value woman. And I always tell my clients or my followers, be authentic to who you are. If you are a alpha or a beta, it doesn't matter what you are, you want to attract and align with the person that is best for you, that you're going to be the most compatible with. And you can find anybody here on the internet. So I really don't like this separation of character traits by how masculine you are, how feminine you are. And it's a little bit offensive, especially as a woman who considers herself to have a lot of those qualities.
I agree, but when you think about the traits, when you think about women talking about high value men, the traits that they line out, these men aren't really even looking for women. It's the opposite of what women are saying.
So one of the things that we have to take in consideration when we talk about, masculine or feminine and things like that is there is a chemical attachment to this, the testosterone and the estrogen levels of each one. And I always teach my couples to balance that because a man should have 20 to 30% more testosterone. The woman should have 10 to 20% more estrogen. But that's why I always tell men, you want.
Well, where do we get that from? Love? Do we buy that at the store? Like, where do you like? This
is important because the men want the women to show up with testosterone, with the feminine side. However, this is what it's going to cost the men to get the feminine and the woman. The woman, when she's in the workplace, she is in a masculine role. You will feel that. That's testosterone being released in her system. However, when she is supported, when she is taken care of, when she feels like when she walks in the house, that person is a support system. When she is at brunch, massages, therapy, all of those things, that brings out the feminine. So if you are not willing to create a support system and a covering for a woman, she will walk in the house and still be Adam. She will still be in her testosterone mode because she got to come in here and fix it for you.
Keyshawn, talk about that. Keyshawn, how does that translate into the internet?
I wanted to ask, even so, does that mean men can't look at pictures, or you mean commenting? Because thirsty looking and liking, or thirsty commenting?
Well, I think a man can show his interest, but I don't think a man should be in a mode of chasing women like a lot of men. And kind of what Love said, perfect example, like a lot of women go to work and they're in this masculine role. I believe when they first get in relationships or marriage, they can adjust, they can go back and forth. But after 5 and 10 years, the woman's in that masculine energy, she can't cut it off. And now it's changing the dynamic of her marriage.
So are you saying that women are now chasing after men? Or are you saying men are chasing after women, and that's?
I think more men are chasing after women. But if you look at it closely, the men that are chasing women are part of the 80% of men that aren't getting chosen. That shows you that it's going against nature.
See, I think that
women are complaining about.
Let me hear. Go ahead, Keyshawn. Go ahead.
I think the men who are chasing women on social media are not chasing with their hearts; they're chasing with their eyes, right? And then when you start chasing with your eyes, then that's not real, right? It's not real. So it's more of, for example, right? I always say there's a few things you have to monitor to have a successful relationship, right? There's your eyes, your ears, and your tongue. So you have to see things, right? I wrote a post. To go back, I wrote a post probably years ago. It says, and men came at me, right? I said, men, Stop liking women half naked pictures on the internet, right? One post, men came at me. Oh, why you have to say that? I don't be like it. If it's not you, then stop. Don't come at me. But so much men was upset, and so much women came out and were like, you know what? My man is always liking other women pictures. I'm seeing it. I'm monitoring it. I'm suspicious. I'm jealous, and they monitor all these things, but they will never have a conversation with their partner, right? So those men are still men, and that's what I think. I don't think it makes you less of a man because you're liking a comment. It might make you more of a man because we're sexual creatures. Right, and what we see with our eyes, we see it all the time.
Listen, listen. The whole comment is crazy to me because I've never chased a man, and men have always chased me, and I'm sure the women on this panel can attest to that as well.
I agree.
Women are now the women that are out there are dating. They are discouraged, and I'm going to use the word pursue because they're not being pursued. The men want to relax and let you do all the work as they want to talk to the singles, the millennials. There is a group of men who will not pursue you. They should sit back and wait.
Now, in that sense, I have to say, love, in that sense, that may be harming the masculinity. But T, come on, talk to us, T.
I was going to say there definitely is a disconnect just from our opinions right here on this show, because what Soul is saying that even that women chase men, like you said, I've never chased men, and we've not grown up to where you should be chasing men. Women are always supposed to be in their feminine energy so that we can attract men. So that's one of the disconnects we have on social media, which can attribute to how we even interact with each other on social media. I definitely don't think that women should be online chasing men, and I don't really think it's not masculine for men to be online liking things. But when you get into being thirsty, I think there is a line for that. You can like pictures without being thirsty. There's a hard line to me.
Well, if that's what soul means, but Wednesday, I'm curious to know what are your thoughts when it comes to who pursues who? Because I don't want to use the word chase. It sounds a little negative, but who pursues who?
I just want us to be real. Like, yes, we might have learned from our parents or learned from our elders, like, do not chase a man, let the man hunt you. We're going in a biblical sense, but be real. If there's somebody that I want on Instagram, they look good, they have money, they have whatever I perceive of value, there is so much competition. You have to do certain performative actions. I want to be able to attract this kind of person. And that happens every day. And it goes back to what I was talking about, how we're doing modifications on our body, or we're out here and we're scamming. We're doing a lot of things to change ourselves and alter ourselves to be the kind of person that we want to, be attracted by. And that's just the reality.
I'll just say this real quick. The majority of women that are online saying there are no good men have a DM full of men. But women want what they can't have. So that's why they're going after the small, select men, the men that are so busy working that they don't have time to really be dating. That's what women are attracted to. You can look at it for what it is.